Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. It's time for another status update on Warcraft Rumble. It's early March and the numbers for February are in from Sensor Tower, so these are third-party numbers of course and mobile only. So according to Sensor Tower, in February Rumble had 5,000 new downloads on iOS and 50,000 in revenue, and on Android 6,000 new downloads and 30,000 in revenue, which means a total of 11,000 downloads and $80,000 in revenue, so going pretty steady. February, of course, is the shortest month in the year, so many games showcase a little bit of downward trajectory month on month because you have 10% fewer days. So overall, Rumble is still doing very fine for game in maintenance mode. Solid, stable. As we can see from the graph, for the last 12 months, Rumble entered maintenance mode in July 2025, and downloads have been essentially stable since. As for revenue, there is a small decline since that July date, but overall it's also quite stable. As for the overall strategy game market on mobile in February 2026, nothing much has changed. Last War Survival still made 137 million. That's just crazy numbers. Whiteout Survival number 2, Kingshot number 3. Pokemon Go got a bit of an upward trend again. I'm not keeping up to date with Pokemon Go as such, but I have noticed that Pokemon Go goes up and down a lot, so probably related to content releases or something like that. Whereas Clash Royale is now actually down to 23 million. Down to 23 million, yeah. That 23 million is still a lot of money. But Clash Royale's last year's big success seems to have fell down in more moderate levels recently, although it's still doing better than it did a year ago. Revenue-wise, I was able to spot 2 new games that looked promising. There's Dragon Traveler, some kind of RPG strategy-style game, 8 million during February, and then in mid-February, Last Asylum was launched, and Last Asylum also looks somewhat promising. It's one of these city builder games again, just like these Last War Survivals and others. As for updates to Rumble during February, Blizzard did add the big patch 16.0, which added a bunch of new skins for Rumble, and I data mined where the skins are going to be coming from, so we know that they are mostly coming from logging calendars, with Trial Shaman skin coming from the Horde event calendar. There is Sylvanas Windrunner Silvermoon skin currently going in this March logging calendar. If you haven't started logging in yet, you can no longer get the skin, you can only miss a few days. But according to the current files, the skin is going to be offered again in August and in September, so you will have more opportunities. After the big patch, there were a couple of other patches that tweaked and adjusted the event schedules a little bit, and I finally understood how the schema works now based on the Arthas event and based on Gadget Bonanza being added back to the files. Gadget Bonanza was removed in the big 16.0 patch, but then it was added back a little bit later, so I guess that was some kind of an error then. So Arthas event is going to return on March 18th and lasts until April 8th, and then Horde event is going to return on June 17th and last until July 8th. I actually originally didn't understand this properly because now they have a lot of stuff going on in the schema file that schedules these events, and the schema file had a specific date 23rd, but then taking precedence over that was a weekday index that indicated that these would both start on the 3rd Wednesday of the perspective month. So now I finally figured that out. Now that they added Gadget Bonanza back, then it was a little bit easier to see the whole logging calendars coming every month from 1st to 25th, except Love is in the Air logging calendar that happens in February from 1st to 21st. PvP seasons are going all the way until 26 April 2028 currently in the files, and the new schema for events overall scheduling these events happens often on the next Wednesday from some starting point, and that means that now we have this steady rhythm. Blingtron week, then Darkmoon Fair week, then Gadget Bonanza week, then Darkmoon Fair week. At least this is according to latest files. They had Gadget Bonanza removed in the big patch, but now they added it in a smaller patch just recently. And now this is what it looks like. And these events are, according to files, going to run all the way until year 2100. So Warcraft Rumble is forever. Be it as it may, Rumble in a steady state, and now the janitor has also managed to turn a lot of stuff into evergreen mode so that the janitor doesn't have to start each event manually anymore, but Instead, they now have this rolling system that's just going to keep starting seasonal events from here to eternity. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.